Yeah, in progress, brother. Keep talking.
Okay, I know it.
All right. Well, hey, village, this is a very casual day and a special, special day for me, as you all can see, because I have my three besties on here. So this is really, really a special day for me. Now, you all have been asking about my friends, and I have to laugh because, quite frankly, what you see is what you get. Right. So
I
you've
know.
been asking about my friends and you've been wanting to know, I guess I'm very mysterious in some ways. So here they are. Welcome.
Here we are.
Here they are. Welcome to Goma and her friends. And I'm going to let each person introduce herself, tell you what she does for a living, as we normally do. And then we'll just talk like we've always done. All right. So let's get it rolling. Who's going?
You Rosetta, the camera on you.
I guess I'll go first. I'm Rosetta Walker James. I am a registered nurse. I work mostly now on the administrative side, managing a dialysis center. But that's all I do. I love nursing. So I still work on the floor when I want to because I want to keep my skills. But overall, if you don't have kidneys, I'm your best friend.
Oh, wow.
I love it. That's right.
Yep.
All right.
It's needed.
Yes.
I'll go. My name is Wayona, and I'm a lawyer by practice. And recently, I jumped over to lead a policy advocacy organization in Rhode Island, where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome sauce. We have the nurse, we have the lawyer, and then we have me.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, hi everybody. My name is Verlin, as Wayona and said. I am Verlin Okoro.
That's right.
Okro.
Mm.
What is my profession? Oracle Finance, developer, pretty much in the finance world. I've been in it. I love it. I love numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So I do my best to make, turn raw data into actionable strategies. So, you walk into a company, you walk into a business, you take their data and you make it work. That's what I love doing. I love putting their numbers, their projections together. And that's it. And besides that, then the next part is just relaxing, loving our family and friends. So that's why we're here.
That's right.
Right.
That's exactly why we're here. And that's now you all see. This is my circle.
A small circle.
This is my circle, and I love it. The other day my aunt said to me, "Goma, you know something that I've come to realize with you is that all of your friends, you and all of your friends," she said, as we Liberians would say, are doing well. So you know what that means, right? We've gone to school and we're raising our families and living our lives and whatever else. And I said, yeah, I mean, I don't know if we had a choice. I said, I think
No, we didn't.
we didn't have a choice. Our parents didn't give us options.
Nope.
Yeah.
At all.
No, it was, you're going to school, right? And I'm going to support you as long as you're in school. If you're not in school, you're on your own, but that's what you want to do, right? So let's talk about how we met. I feel like we're telling a love story, how we met.
Exactly.
A long love story.
Long love story. So let's talk about how we met, and then I guess we'll be able to kind of tabulate how many years we've known each other based on that. So how did we meet?
The beautiful thing you just said is we had no options or an option but to go to school. And so for me, of course, but then the second thing was to pick the smartest people in the school. You understand? So my strategy was you choose your friends, they don't choose you. So when I went to JJ Roberts, I said, okay, let me look around. I was in what, 7th grade? I stand to be corrected. I had another set of friends And then I got a double promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got in the class, I said, oh no, I need to look for the smartest because I need people to help me. This double promotion and I came in, their all eyes will be on me and I'm not the smartest. You know, so I picked these two. I said, I picked them. They didn't pick me. They were sisters already formed. And I forced my little choppy self in that group and I never left.
That's so true.
Because I never left. I don't care. Even when I walk in the hallway by themselves, I would jump there. I know when the first kid like, yeah, you got your other friends, then you can't go to. I said, no, I'm in your group. I'm not leaving. And that's exactly how I jumped in that group.
And it's so funny. I have no idea how we became friends with Vecca because I remember when she and it wasn't just her, right? Another friend of ours
That's
too.
right.
She and the other friend were friends with another girl, and when they came in with the biggest attitude, like walking down the hall like they own the school.
Yes.
So I was like, why the little girl ain't coming from so frisky? Then all of a sudden we're friends with Virgo and Meta. I'm like, how did that happen? How did we know?
Exactly.
That's very true. It's funny because even today, as I was driving and thinking about this, I was like, I remember when she was friends with Miata and Cheryl. Right. And that was their group, and they were the cool girls, and they entered JJ Rums, and boy, you couldn't tell them anything. And then
anything,
no time,
you know, and
in
yeah,
no
Rosetta,
time,
you talk about common saying you walk into the room and you should know that you belong there. We walked into that room and we felt like we had that room.
Y'all own the school, yes.
So, and then I said, okay, I left them behind, but again, I chose these two. And I've never had any regrets over the years. And I'll continue to choose them over and over.
Right.
Oh, same.
Yeah, I'll deal with it first kick it to the end.
But you've brought so much joy, you know, it's been many years, and we're talking for people who don't know, like the background. This is junior high school.
That's right.
So we were what, like 12, 13 years old.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Very long time. Very long time. Yeah. And it's true. She's just added so much joy. Because and we'll get into it because we know I'm more on the serious side, and Verly is that life. It's amazing. The circle reminds me sometimes of my three kids, right? How Zara is like Zara brings the life to the family. That's how it is. It's Verly just brings that life. And
no, she does.
She does. She really does.
You know the reserve. I would bring the boyfriend talks, the gossip talks. I would bring all the talks. You know this.
But we love it, you know, it added something so much. Even now, when I call that girl, like I leave with my throat hurting because I know you will laugh from the beginning of the phone call until the end of the phone call.
It's true. Very true. Very true. So, Wayne, how did we meet?
You know what, Gamai, I was thinking about this question. I don't remember. Well, I don't remember our first day meeting. I do know. And I don't even know whether it was in JJ Roberts that I connected with you or whether it was at Extra Namwe Church. Because we had both, right? We were both in the same church, in the same youth organization, and then we're in the same school. So I think, but I have no idea. I feel like maybe our friendship formed in ST and came over to JJ Roberts, but I can't pinpoint the exact moment where we realized we connected with each other.
I think it started in class at JJ Roberts, but then we realized that we were friends, and we went further back because then Reverend Nelson, her older brother, and my uncle were childhood friends. So once I knew, because my uncle Emmanuel had told me, he said, Salvador and I go way back. And I remember Reverend Nelson coming to Voingerman when I was a child, right? Coming for youth conference and all of that. So then, of course, it just brought us together even more because your older brother, my uncle, had been close. So we just kind of just drew towards each other. And we had a lot in common too. I think the two of us were very similar in many ways.
No, I think so too. And I think our family, like our fathers, had the same way of raising their daughters. And so they connected in that way.
They'll have to bring us back on the show for that.
I know, right?
What different topic?
So I think they encouraged the friendship. And I think the reason I brought it because they liked that friendship.
Yes.
Like they like the fact we were friends with each other because like, yes, that's the girl I want my daughter to be friends with. So I think that really helped us to get even closer because we had the blessing from our parents.
Very true.
So I think
it's
that
very
helped,
true. The both fathers, they really pushed that relationship. They made sure that it stayed. Yeah, it's true.
And I don't think people know it. Like I didn't do sleepovers at all. And Verlin probably know because I think anytime people are like, oh, going to Verlin to sleepover, I wasn't going, right?
Yes.
My parents are no sleepover. The only friend house I ever slept over in my entire life in Liberia was Grandma's house at the age of 16 years old. That's when I knew, I'm like, my dad must really love this girl because to allow me to sleep over somebody's house.
That's true. It's funny because even when I went to ask, tell you the truth, in the back of my mind, I was like, he's not going to do it.
Exactly.
So I said, because we had talked and everything. I said, but I'm going to try anyway. And when I did, and he said, yes, man.
We were so happy.
We were so happy. Yep.
It's true though, because it's the same thing here with Grandma. That's the only house, I didn't do any sleepover.
No.
Right.
And I didn't even ask, I think, to go over. I think my parents would get there and see me in their bed.
Yeah, that's right. It's true.
I'm getting a bed.
That's true.
You know, and be like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Experiences because Grandma's house was I think was the first house I had a sleepover at too.
Oh wow, that must say something.
But that was in high school.
Yeah, high school.
It does say something. I think so too. Maybe my dad just trusted my dad. Everybody has to know my father to understand why the dads were okay.
Right.
I know, right?
Yes.
Right?
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
I think it was my dad was like, that was their security blanket. They was like, okay, we know our girls will be okay. So it was that. How they meet. Now, Rosetta, your sleepover lasted long.
We had a lot.
We're talking about that. We did. So how did we meet?
Okay, so we met in school, CWA.
Yeah.
I remember I always felt like the outlier. So I always used to go hide upstairs in the auditorium. Up there was a little balcony up there where I always used to hide.
Yep.
So I remember this day we sat in the same class, but we barely talked. And then this one day I went up there to go hide as usual, and I met you there sitting, sobbing. And I was, I asked her, I said, why are you sad? Why are you crying? And she goes, I miss my best friend.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh,
yes. For you, because you had left.
That was when I had left.
Back to my eyes.
Yeah.
When I had just moved to the States. And that was when she had started feeling the effect of that. She was missing her.
Yes.
So I told her, I said, you want to know something? She's like, what? I said, when I used to be my best friend in kindergarten.
Yep.
She's like, oh, really? I said, yeah. I said, so now since she's not here, that's something we get to bond over.
That's
so, you and I can now be best friends. Yeah. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Wow.
True.
Yeah.
It's very true. And I was going through my most difficult period as a child. We didn't have issues childhood, tell you the truth. We really didn't, And I remember Wayne left, and then it wasn't long after Wayne left, Verlin left as well for Nigeria.
Right.
So I remember, and then Papa had moved us to I think it was Bartonsville, one of those estates anyway. Because then Cinco just became so dangerous. Because if you all don't know, we're all war survivors. So all of us here survived for 19 years. Some of us stay shorter, some longer, of a brutal civil war in Liberia, West Africa. So during the war, 2 of them left before I got a chance to ever leave. And Wayna left, and she came over to the States. And I remember the day I got the message that Wayna had left. We were in Bartonsville, and I tell you, I went to I had never talked to my father before, like about my feelings. Was the first time. And I told him, I said, I asked you a long time for us to leave, and you refused. I said, and now Wayna has left me, and I'm here by myself. And I was so broken, And Mama kept saying, Grandma, it's going to be okay. You will get together again. And, she kept trying to encourage me, but I was going through a really difficult time when I met Rosetta. And she just stepped right in. She stepped right in.
Yeah. It was,
you're on mute and you're talking.
Yeah, my
That
heart.
gives me goosebumps. I know Rosetta told me sort of before,
Yeah.
but I've never heard it in that moment. And
Wow.
there's something about that that's just like amazing, because I was broken too. Like I didn't want to leave, even though
I
it was
know.
war.
Yep.
Like my father basically threw me on the
Yep.
bus to leave. And
Yep.
one of the things was leaving Kama, because at that time
Yes.
we were inseparable.
Yes.
And so for me, I was like, I was leaving my best friend. And I remember the first phone call to Liberia when I called, when Kama and I spoke on the call, we were crying the whole time.
That's right.
And so just to know, like, my Rosetta, Rosetta's my first best friend in my whole life, right?
Yep.
We went through kindergarten, graduated kindergarten, and then I left her in second grade
Yep.
SPS to come to JJ Roberts. That's when we separated and then met again in CWA.
Yes.
So it's just like the way the cycle between Goma, that I don't know, that's just like it's goosebumps right there.
Yeah.
So the story is you always leaving with you always catching up.
Yeah.
You always leave.
The first year when we separated, because the school, when we were in SPS, the school had from Fairmont to Morris Farm in Peace.
Right.
And when I was in so it was so far for her parents to take her, so they said JJ Roberts was the closest option.
Exactly.
So she went to JJ Roberts, and I stayed in SPS.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember this, Wayna, but when we went to third grade, because our first year apart was third grade, we spent kindergarten through second grade together, like inseparable. And I remember in third grade, there was they used to have ballet recitals at Unity Conference Center. And I remember one time we went to some show they were having with all the different schools. And I met Wayna there after having seen her for months. And she was with some other friends. And she seemed so happy with her new.
Oh.
And I was happy for her. I just said hi, and everybody just went their merry way. But when I went home that day, I was so upset that my friend had found comfort with new friends, and she had totally forgotten about me. That's how I felt after that.
Wow, I don't even remember that. Yeah, Virgo, maybe you got something, and maybe I need to like check. Are you the therapist? We need to.
No, I mean seriously, you put. No, but you seriously put Rosetta through some trauma. You see, like Koma said, it's so compartmentalized that you got Rosetta coming and talking about second grade trauma and third grade trauma. And you were not just moving on and finding new friends.
Oh my God.
No, it didn't really me until I got home.
I know, mommy.
Happy.
Oh,
Look,
push,
I'm happy for her. I was happy for her.
You were happy for her. You weren't happy for her. No, you were not. I'm hearing the story and not happy for her.
At the same time, I was like, oh, my best friend. And I really lost my best friend. That's what I thought at the time. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
You downgraded her best friendship.
Like,
we had to downgrade your friendship.
You see, Virgo, and you see, I hope people see what we mean by Frelin.
That's exactly it.
I'm trying to process all this, information.
Now you've been hiding your friends for long. Yeah, processing.
I'm processing it.
I know.
But it wasn't my fault, as a child. I think going back to friendship, like you form these friendship as children. Yeah. But it's amazing, like they maintain it, like our parents make decisions for us, right? And my parents made a decision to pull me out of SPS in second grade, made a decision for me to leave Liberia. Yeah. But the fact that I still count you all as my innermost friends in adulthood, so now I don't leave anymore, right? Because now I have control over how to maintain the friendship. Really put your hand down, because I know you're jealous about my friendships.
She's ready. But no, but it's really amazing. And something else I'm taking away from this, I think it's just the quality of friends, because the chances of Rosetta stepping in and then just being that friend. I mean, she truly became that friend. You were gone, Vernon was gone. She truly became that friend. I knew that she was in my corner, like she knew I was in her corner. And that was it. And that's the kind of friendship that we have. So the fact that she just stepped in and she had the same qualities, I think it says a lot, right, about who we are as individuals, period, and how we pick our friendship. Go ahead, Rosetta.
Funny you should say that, because what Wayna and I never knew that our native names meant the same thing until Wayna on Facebook. I think it was like a year or two ago.
Yep.
What is your native name and what is the meaning of your native
Right.
name?
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I never knew that was her name.
Whoa. Whoa, that is something.
So is it the same name?
Her name is Wena. Where in Kru means road. Yana in Kru woman. And my name is Wema. Where in Basa means woman. Where in Basa means road, and Ma in Basa means a woman. So
Right.
road woman is her name, just like road woman is my name. And she said she never knew that because that's my middle name. That's my legal middle name.
Wow.
Until she said something on Facebook. I think it was like 2 years. And she said, put your name, your native name, and what does it mean? So when I wrote it, it was like, oh my God. That's why we clicked earlier.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Wow,
it.
beautiful,
That's exactly
We're
beautiful.
two role women from kindergarten on this journey together, and we didn't even know why.
That's right. All the way to here. All the way to here. You're still on it. Creating your own path.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
Carving out your own roads. Yeah.
You know, you have some friendships, and when people come apart, the friendships ended.
Yeah.
But with she and I, it's like when we meet again, we just carry on, just like nothing happened, like we've never been apart.
That's
Keep
right.
going, and it's been great.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Very true. It's very true. I didn't even know you all were best friends until quite recently when Rosetta had posted on Facebook, and I went, oh my goodness, Rosetta did go to SPS. Right. And then I connected, and I thought it's amazing. I mean, then I went back to thinking again about how she, became friends, and we just clicked. It just kept moving. Never, not even given any second thought. Right. And you want to hear something wild? So we just did our DNA ancestry.com. And I got the results today.
Who you related to on this call?
Me? Where now?
I got the results today.
I want to question.
Look here. Can y'all see this? Look and read it. I got the results today. Is it zoom in enough?
No, we can't really read it.
No,
but...
you see, I saw Nigeria already.
Yep.
I see Nigeria.
Yep.
15%.
Nigeria 15%. I thought to myself, what?
My people, I told you. You see, I was quiet. People understand. This whole conversation is about to shift. I tell you people, we are connected. We are so connected.
Yes.
Yes.
I saw
we are Nigerians.
Oh my God.
And no role women, when they do their DNA too, they will be Nigerians.
All roads lead to Nigeria.
So I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, just amazing. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
That's right. Wow, Rosetta. That story. Yeah, it's true. That's exactly how we met. Exactly how we met.
We're talking about friendships. I've listened, and I started in convent. And over the years, I had friendships. My best friends, childhood friends, should have started in convent. But there's something so unique about my friendship from JJ Roberts. I'm not sure if I have short-term memory. I'm not sure why I lost that gap in memory with my childhood friends from convent. But my friendships from JJ Roberts are just so nurturing, nourishing, beautiful. And I just love it. That's with you and Waina, and then, the first two, Miara Bao and Cheryl Walker.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. We get on the phone, Cheryl and I, we just catch up and talk about everything. The same thing with Miara. And her family, we get on the phone and talk about everything. So I must say, JJ Roberts did me well.
Yeah.
It was a short time, but it was a short time, but it surely did me well because I've left with some beautiful, beautiful sisters.
Yeah.
Right.
Beautiful.
It was intimate, our relationship, and beyond just the friendship, even the classmate, like the way our classes really connected with each other. And I remember when we were graduating 9th grade, So we started having conversation. Are we going to CWA or convent, right? And Goma, I don't know if you had it. So I had a conversation with my family because Verlin was going to convent.
That's
We're
right.
like, come on, Verlin, like you're gonna leave. You can't break the cycle.
That's
And I
right.
was trying to think about whether I wanted to go to convent,
Yes.
but my family is a big Methodist family, and it was like nah. And then I wanted to, you know, I like guys in the classrooms too. You know, like I like that energy. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do convent. So it was a choice between convent and CWA. But I know our heart broke that Verlin was definitely going convent and we were going to CWA. And it's interesting when you're a child, you feel, because I experienced it with Rosetta, right? You think you're going to drift apart because you're not in the same school, because that's where you spend your most time with each other. And so there was this fear that we're no longer going to be close because Verlin was now going to another school. So I remember
But the funny thing, I went there, formed some very good friendships. And I must say, I was, you know, there's a fear of walking on CWA campus. Walk on that campus, be prepared. But I will go there with no fear. Like, you know what, I'm here.
That's true.
You know, walk on the campus, walk in the classrooms, attend their functions, you know, without any fear. So seriously. And I will even take some of my convent friends. Let's go. You don't worry.
I remember that. I remember that.
So it's beautiful. I must say, very beautiful.
Yeah, it was. And I think too, and you know as well, because same thing happened to me, because I remember asking to go to convent. Mama wanted me to go to convent, and I was like, she's Methodist. She's going to Methodist school, and that was it, right? But I remember that we stayed in touch. I'm not sure if you remember this, but Verlin used to write. She would write us letters. From convent. So
okay.
She said, I remember.
Freddie used to write, she would write us, and then we write. So we always stayed connected. We knew what she was doing, she knew what we were doing. And then she said she would come on campus. I think one time they had, was it an election or something? And you took us to convent with you. I remember us going under the Palava Hut. Something was going on, but we went for that with you, and you know, and I still remember how that day. Oh Lord, what's the word Verlin used on those children? That word stayed in my head for a long time.
Intelligent way of insulting.
I was thinking about it, but somebody said that day, man, and it came out. but yeah. So now, did you share how we met, Verlin?
Come on, I know how we met.
I don't remember. I don't.
She thought she jumped in the middle of.
Oh, that's
jumped in the middle of your friendship. But the babujis. Believe it or not. The funny thing about it is, you know, we all have our names, and with Wayno and Koma, it's Babuji. Ask me the history of Babuji, but when I use that name, you would think I intended it. Babuji 1, Babuji 2, Babuji 3. I said, but really, who made you Babuji?
Oh, you 3?
Oh, Babuji 3, oh, man. I put myself in your group. I told you, I wasn't leaving. So when you're talking Babuji,
remember the origin of when we started even calling each other that word.
Babuji came from Diamond.
Oh,
Diamond. Diamond was calling me Babuji, and you, and then you joined in and started calling me Babuji. I started calling you Babuji, and that was it.
and now I'm Babuji too. You are Babujis.
Babuji.
Yeah. All right. So I've written down some words, okay, to describe each of you ladies in terms of over the years, what I've observed you ought to be, right? Your characteristics, I like to say, of your heart, right? And so I'm just going to say them out. And so for Verlin, I have resilient. Let me tell you, folks, let me tell you, I learned this word in therapy, okay? But I have never met a more resilient human being than Veko. We call her Veko. Than Veko. And I'm not going to go into details, but resilient. That's her. Affectionate, always has a hug and a big kiss. And she would run up to anybody. All my friends, maybe outside my circle, because my close friends are okay with my dad. Outside my circle, normally kids were really like, you know, intimidated by my dad, not Verlin. She would walk up, give that hug, give that kiss. That's her. Very affectionate, very supportive. She shows up. And I have a story that I'll tell later on, but very supportive, funny. I think you all have seen it already.
Yep.
Funny and super intelligent. Okay.
Wow.
And with Zeta, I have authentic. Rosetta has
Yeah.
always been what you see, what you get.
Yes.
she's like, Grandma, I ain't got time. I ain't faking it for nobody. Since we're children. Rosetta's been like that. She's like, listen, I don't have time, sis. I don't have time, sis. Is what you say.
It is what it is.
I know, right?
That's
It is what it is. That's Rosetta for you.
Yeah.
Authentic, nurturing. Well, she's a nurse. Okay. So nurturing, bold, encouraging, and super, super smart.
Yeah.
So that's quick. It's like, we can be down one side, and Rosetta will figure out how we get into sync up before you can think.
Think about it.
Before you can. That's go ahead, you were saying something?
So.
Yeah, it's very resourceful. That's her. And then Wayna, I have determined.
Yes.
Wayna is getting all Wayna wants. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing standing in the way of my Babu G. That's her. Determined, loyal, and I have my own story about her loyalty. Brilliant. I mean, we just know that, right? I always say, but what drew me to Wayna was the brilliance mixed with humility.
Yes.
So smart, but never brag, never boastful. I just knew that the math and the chemistry and the science scheme she was going to have the 97 and the 100%.
Oh, you saw like I used to walk up to collect her awards to top of humility.
So she humble.
You saw like I used to walk up to collect her awards.
But she's supposed to walk for that award.
Every time she does in the class and she her walking up, man.
She's supposed to walk for it.
I'm going to press extra pleats in her skirt to go get her award. Leave me, man.
She's supposed to step for that award.
She never used to look on the board. She never used to look on the board because she knew she was the one to see the school.
Yep.
I know why I chose you.
I was telling Sita, her niece, my first one, about her. I said, your auntie, when they would bring the test paper, she would just turn her hand like this on that desk, put her head down like this, and you just see her going. And I'm like, chemistry and whatever. I said to myself, like, what in the world? This girl doesn't pause. No pausing, no nothing. And then
it's not funny. She will cover her hair like this so somebody can spy. No, so nobody can spy from her. She was mean with her answer.
But not me.
She didn't believe in you. You never gave me answer before.
But you yourself was smart. Don't mind people used to spy. You know where? I remember this story. I'm sorry, because you were talking. I won't call you up.
No,
But thinking about in school, Azila, we had a chemistry teacher in seat every day. And he was something else. And I remember the first test we had, he usually pulled, I didn't realize he pulls people out of the class because he doesn't want you to help their friend. So the first chemistry, I sat down and I had, everybody trying to sit down next to me. And Azila just came in the car, Nelson waiting on how he used to call me, get up. So I'm so nervous. I'm like, oh my God, did I get in trouble? What happened? He put me in the library all by myself.
I remember
all my friends in the class were freaking out now. Where is she?
I remember that.
Oh, I had to do that test for myself.
In
that library for him to see whether what he heard about me was true or not. And I keep asking, where were you? We're looking for you during the test. Where were you?
I remember that very well. And that day when they put her out, you should have seen the nurse in the class. And I was like, okay. Everybody nervous. I was like, y'all wanted to be in science class? Who put you in science class?
Thank you.
Well, that's a spy smart.
So brilliant.
That man was so intimidating.
I'm sorry?
I said Azila was so intimidating.
Oh my God, you were intimidating. He was so intimidating.
Yes.
I took him to the principal office. After that, we became friends.
Yes, I remember that.
You remember that? I was like, when you doing this?
I remember. Yes.
Anyway, so I have cheerleader. That's who she is. She celebrates her sister. She's there and very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. So that's what I have for you all. And if you're watching this, I think you can just see, why I don't have a list of friends now. Maybe it makes more sense, like they're just down to this because I know what I have with the three of them. I know what I have.
Yeah.
All right.
And the
So
truth is, I think, I mean, not to cut you off, but I think we will all say the same about you. Everything
Yeah, I
you
was just
use to
about to say.
describe us can be said about you.
Yeah.
To know her is to love her, Goma. I always told all my other friends, I said, with this particular friend, I had boundaries. Like I would keep everyone away and give everybody instructions. Like I seriously would on how to approach and deal with this friend. Not because she was difficult, but because of how much I cherished her. Like she wasn't up for nonsense. If you had something serious, if I wanted the all goofy and stupid talk, I knew who to go to. If I needed that supportive, grounding, prayerful thoughts and talk, I knew who to go to. So with you, love you so much.
love you too, Sissy.
It's so beyond,
Yeah.
everything else. It's,
Yeah.
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 It's just the knowledge that comes with it, knowing that we're all sisters. I
Yeah.
really do,
Yeah.
love you both. Even when you're not crazy, she will hear some crazy stuff. I will quicker tell when some crazy stuff, and I will tell Goma. Not because Goma won't listen,
Right.
but I know she's that person. If you do get her involved, then be ready for results.
Right,
Like,
right.
either we praying this situation out, or we talking it through. See, if you're not ready to bring the truth out, just leave her. Also, I'll go to we do that gossiping, what I talk is. Then we know you when you reach the Papuchi on that end, be
Right.
ready for results because the next thing is, so what are we doing about it?
Yeah.
So love you
Yeah.
so much. Everything you said today could be used to describe you.
The same.
Above
And
and beyond.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Goma for me is the first friend that taught me not to judge a book by a cover. Because when Goma, Goma, like when you look at her, she says serious, right? As a child, right? Goma, how do you so smile? So everybody was like, oh my God, she's not friendly, she's mean. And when I got to know her heart, like I was blown away. I'm like, this girl heart. And I was the kind of person too where I would listen to friends, but that was the first friend where I felt saved. I felt like I could confide. I finally had someone that I could confide in. Why, I was the confidant for a lot of people, but with her, you became my safe space as a child. And so that's what you've always been. Like Goma is like my center. She's a safe, and I'm not surprised that she ended up being a therapist because that's exactly what she brings to you. She lets you know you're safe. She lets you know her heart, and just that intimacy, like you'll get that deep with friendship that my heart was broken. My heart wasn't broken. Oh, you're leaving a boyfriend or love of your life. It was like, I'm leaving Goma, in Liberia. Like that broke my heart because that was one of my most intimate relationships.
Yeah.
You have boyfriend? You have boyfriend?
We're talking, there is ladies' night. We're talking about friends.
No, but actually, she have boyfriend.
Anyway.
Anyhow.
So Goma was my intimate partner.
Yes. I was.
And so,
But she did not have boyfriend for the record. Goma could not have, she was studying lesson. At least I ventured to go find boyfriend. The woman was telling her, I don't know what she's talking about. What? She didn't leave nothing behind, boy. Come on, no boyfriend.
Explain it.
Oh my gosh.
I will plead a fifth on
That's
that comment.
right. Love it. Love it. No,
but love you, Goma. You are all those things, and you're brilliant. See you as a mom. I'm not surprised of who you end up being. There was no surprises because I felt like I knew you. You the beautiful person you are. You've always been. And I'm so glad other people get to see you in all of the things you're doing now because some of us had known that about you for so long.
Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. And I will say, and before we say something, I will say when I was going to say this earlier, when you left and my mom contacted Mama, your mom, and told her that how sad I was, then she shared with my mom and said, well, let her know that they didn't want to go. Said she wasn't going to leave Goma behind. And Mama came and told me that. I was like, oh my gosh, of course, it just made my situation worse. But,
Even worse.
but it made me feel good a little bit. So yeah, but she did. Especially she told my mom, she said, well, tell her Wayne didn't want to leave. Wayne didn't want to leave her. So yeah.
Yeah. I think Wayne already kind of summed up I have to say about you, because I read somewhere that there are 3 types of people in the world. When you're around them, you have the negative, the positive, and the neutral. So you got the positive people that when you're with them, you gain energy from them, or you gain something. And then neutral people, you have fun, you don't gain anything, they don't take anything from you, but you guys are just chill. Then you have the negative people, when they're around you, they suck all the life out of you, okay? So, and you all have been somebody who feels like I have to pour into other people, because my grandmother always taught me, like, if you make the people around you happy, you will be happy, because happiness is contagious. But when I met you, it wasn't like I had to pour into you. It was like we shared, like when I needed you, you were there. When you needed me, I was there. And everything, like Wena said, you or Verlene said, like, we have to talk through it, because you always wanted results when there was an issue. There always had to be a solution when we saw a problem. And for me, that was what made me value you the most. And deep down, so in my heart, I was like, this one is a treasure. You can't trade this other relationship for anything. It was a different kind of relationship, because we all formed different bonds with each other. And even though we're all friends, but we have different connections with each other. Like Verlene said, she knows who to tell the crazy stuff to, and who to tell the serious stuff to. And with you, I felt like if I had issues, because a lot of my personal struggles as a teenager, I shared them mostly with you. You were the only friend that I felt safe with. You were the only friend that I could go to your house and sleep days and still cry to go home. Yes. So I remember many times, like, I didn't even want to go home, and your mom sometimes would go home with me and advocate for me to stay longer with you. And even though it sometimes happened, but most of the time it was fruitful. But come on, you are a treasure. Let me just let you know that. I know we don't get to say that often.
Right.
But the fact that we're able to keep a friendship beyond decades, I think that means a lot. It's an unspoken love or gratitude for each other, and appreciation for each other, that we feel it necessary to maintain the relationship that we have as sisters, not even as friends, because we've gone beyond the whole.
We have.
We truly have. I think we've passed that friendship marker.
Oh yes,
so much.
The same for Wei and I as well, because we had a huge break where we barely communicated from 3rd grade to high school, and then it seems like the relationship just carried on. Like nobody cared what happened in between. When we got, or when we saw each other, it was as if we've always been there. So
very true.
So there's relationships where sometimes people don't care, and you see it die down after a while. That's because it's not valued. So if you have a relationship that's valued, you hold on to it, and you nurture it, and you keep it healthy, because you know that the other person means something very valuable.
And I must say, with our friendship, with our sisterhood, is not work. You don't have to put in so much work.
Yes, Virgo.
And so that's why it's so beautiful.
That's
it's
right.
Like, it's so pure.
It's easy.
It's so easy.
So true.
So easy.
So true.
There's so much love. There's so much unspoken forgiveness.
That's right.
Everything is
that's right.
So you don't have to put in the work. There's no fear.
Yes.
Right.
There's some
And that's
friendships
that.
that you, yes, yes. So
No,
I
and
don't
that's
know.
that unconditional love. I think, like that's how I
Yes.
feel about all three of you. Is
Mhm,
unconditional love. I feel I
mhm.
know you. You don't
Yeah,
have to be in my face all the
right.
time.
That's
You know what
right.
I mean? Like I just feel I know you and I love you, and your
Yes.
Yes.
presence goes with me no matter where I go.
Yeah,
Yes.
And so
yeah.
it's a safe, again, to go back to that safe space. When you're
Mhm,
safe with
mhm,
people, you don't have to prove yourself. You
Any,
don't have to do
yes.
extra. You don't have to do all those things.
Yeah.
You
mhm.
just know.
That's right. That's correct. Well said. I think that's really it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's
And there's no envy, no jealousy, because
Mm,
we've
no.
all gone
Oh,
on to make more friends,
That's
yes.
right.
and nobody got more friends than we, over there. Oh Lord. To all her friends, no shade, but golly.
That's more jealousy
and
from
That's
Falcon
smart. There's
Crest.
small little
From
then,
jealousy
Mrs.
coming
Kitty,
through.
kitty. It's
Small
all
little
kitty,
jealousy.
kitty.
Small
So
little
let me
jealousy.
just say,
But
so my 40 year,
the funny thing is, the truth
Mhm.
is, well, we learn to love your friends, though. I
Yes.
mean, I
So yeah,
know, yes,
I
that's
was
just
I
about to
just
will.
say,
going
so
to say that.
Rosetta have a story about it because she met most of my friends at my 40th celebration.
Aha.
they are
It's
awesome women.
Yes.
yes, yes,
Big women also.
Yes.
Right.
And I still communicate with all of them, which is
That's right.
strange. Because
That's right.
normally I don't just meet people and I don't just
Mhm,
meet people and gravitate towards them.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
But the bond that we have just from spending a weekend together,
Mhm.
it has blossomed into something that I treasure
Yeah,
personally.
that's
Because
right.
yes, yes, yes.
I have reached out to one of them for personal reasons
Mhm,
also, and they were
mhm,
able to help me.
mhm.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know
See, yeah.
I don't know if what's her name told you that I reached out to her when I was having severe back pain. I don't know what was going on with me. And
Mm,
I figured a chiropractor, let me reach out to her because I was struggling to find a chiropractor to see me right away in my own town.
mm.
And she called somebody that she knew. I don't know how, but we connect on different levels with people in our
Yeah.
profession. And they were able to see me right away, and I was able to get an appointment.
Mhm,
And that was through Wayana and her friends. They're all
mhm.
lovely people. I still
Lovely.
That,
Lovely. Mhm.
And I think for me, I truly value sisterhood. Like
Yeah.
sisterhood is a big part of my life and my growth. And people have different type of relationships, and you talk about it. You have like the
Yeah.
special ones that's in your heart. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I think because I come from a big family, right? I
Mm.
had like 17 siblings
That's
growing
right.
up.
That's
So
right.
I'm used to like big villages. Like I'm not the kind of like I like a party kind of atmosphere. I
Mhm,
love the more the
yeah.
merrier. That's like my
mhm.
thing. But
Yep.
then I'm
yeah,
also able to form intimate relationships
Yes.
within that and connect with people on different levels. And so
Yeah.
sisterhood to me, I think it's such a powerful thing. I feel like if you have powerful women in your life, it makes you
Mhm.
fly
Yes.
even better.
I
And
agree.
so when I've learned that from childhood with all of you, and so
Mhm.
that's something I search for, that's something I gravitate towards everywhere I go. Like I
Yeah.
look for that sister cycle because I know how important
And
it is in my growth.
That's
that's
right.
something you attract to. A lot of people
yes,
do. You do bring that energy.
Yes.
Right.
So
Yes. And I'm just always so happy, actually. And that's why whenever I see her share someone who's like been supportive of her, I'm
yeah,
always telling that person thank you. Because I'm always happy to
yes,
see someone love her and hold her well, right? And
yes,
just be there for her and protect her and nurture her the way I know she would do for them. So
for
I'm
them.
always so happy. I'm always so happy when I see her share someone. Again, because also I know what I have with her, with each of you.
Right.
So no friendship
yes,
ever makes me with each of you because I know
Insecure.
exactly where I stand.
Exactly who. That's what I was gonna. Yeah.
I know exactly where I stand with each of you. So it's like
Right.
never ever a question. I feel like we, even from young, I feel like we've had such a mature relationship
Mm.
Yes.
just all along, and that's very
Yeah.
hard to find,
It
to be
is.
able
it
to
is.
forgive. And
Right.
and again, it's not that we haven't done things to each other that we don't like or things happen.
Mhm.
It's none of that, but we move on.
Right.
I see the thing on Facebook and I say we move or whatever it is, we move or I move, and I'm like, yeah, we sure move. We just move on. We don't
Yeah.
stay stuck.
Yeah.
No, we don't carry stuff forward.
No.
But just it's been very mature, even from teenage years. It's been very mature for all of with us. Mm-hmm.
And it's true love, you know, like that's why
Yeah.
it's like you're not, you're not faking it, you know, after decades and you're still connected. You don't even talk every day, but you soon
Right.
anything happened to that person, like your heart
That's
breaks, right?
right.
If something good
Yes.
happened, you are joyful. So
Yes.
that is like
Yes.
true love, you know,
Yes.
it's unspoken love.
I agree. I have
Yeah.
to agree.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about friendship values. In fact, we've done some of that already. So let's talk about friendship values and what role we think faith plays in this for us. So I think that's also a big part of our life, right? As friends. So what role does faith play? And what are our core values that we've brought to this or these relationships that we have?
For me personally, faith faith has played a gigantic role in forming bonds with you ladies. Because what are the chances that I get to be best friend with my best friend's best friend? Right? Like most people
Right.
can experience that in a lifetime.
Yeah, it's true.
And it just happens that I get to have a best friend who I cherished from the day I walked into a school building up until the time we moved to another building. And then years later, I bond with another friend who was her best friend.
Mhm.
People don't ever get to experience that.
Mhm.
So for me, faith is everything.
Mhm. Mhm. That's right. That's
And
right.
another positivity, I believe like what you throw out there is what you receive.
Mhm.
Most people are always like projecting negative energy on other people, which they don't realize that
Yeah.
intent will attract negative energy to themselves.
Mhm.
I'm so glad I have to be, I'm an introvert. A lot of people don't know because I've learned over the years in my profession to be able to be outspoken, but I'm introvert to the core.
Yeah.
But I've learned to form bonds with these women. I struggle with building new friendships because I have this sense of loyalty that I feel like if I get a new friend, I'm not sure I can trust them early on because I haven't had experiences with them.
Mhm.
Now, the people that
Fair
I've
enough.
had experiences with, it's easy because I know I feel safe with them. I can trust them in whatever way. Some people would say, is it fate or not? I believe it's fate because God wanted me to have the friends that he knew that I needed. So he gave it to me.
Mhm.
I'm not going to try hard for people who more than likely will probably reject my friendship because they don't cherish it. And I'm not going to hold it against them. But
Mhm.
I'm at that age where I don't feel like I need to form bonds with anybody. I have bonds and they're really strong.
Mhm.
And I'm willing to maintain the bonds that I already have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
New one comes in the process, I'm happy. If it doesn't come, it doesn't hurt me. But yeah,
Mhm. Mhm. I hear
that
that. I hear that. Mhm.
Well, you know, go. You were in Bible school from small.
My God, Marco. um So I think faith, especially with me and Gama, right? We grew up in the church together, so that we had outside of school, we had a lot of experiences just growing, tiring together, praise and worship together, praying together, and so that I think was part of our friendship. You know, praying together was definitely a part of our friendship. And I think with all of you, like I pray for my friends. You know, I think sitting down and actually when you're thinking about the people in your life that you want God to bless or hear their cry, like all your names come to mind. You know, I call out your name. And so faith for me, it's not just important to keeping us as friends, but it's also important to make sure. And I think it adds to the intimacy of knowing God, that's my family. And I want you to think about her in this moment or whatever she's going through. So I think that's another piece of it. And then as far as not being jealous, you know, to talk about love, you know, love does not boast, like Byron for us about love, like people always equate it to romantic relationships. But the relationships I have with people I love, I use that for all of them. It does not boast, it does not envy, it's not jealous. So for me, that's the same thing I bring to my friendship with my sisters.
That's right. Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
For me, how do I start to explain it? I guess growing up, I probably didn't understand the whole faith. I mean, Christian, went to church, but when you find yourself being attracted and drawn to people out of pure love, where you connect on a whole different level. You get to not just love them, but love their families. And you always want to wish them well. Because at that age, I probably didn't know. Yes, we prayed as a routine. We went to church because we were told to. But I don't think I understood that it was probably faith bringing us together or some strong. I just knew there was just something special about these ladies, something so special. Because even if they were not around, I mean, teen friendships outside of them, that is with their families. And then you get to this place where you start to understand the presence of God in your life and the things you need to pray for, the energy you want. And you realize that these same group of ladies are still in it. You still maintain them. You still pray for them. You still want them in it. And then the beautiful thing about it is you then get to adulthood and you realize that these are some strong, faith-based women who love the Lord, where no other option is to pray. You know, to deal with them, and everything around them starts with God and ends with Him. And you realize that that is exactly what drew you to them in the first place. You know, me not knowing that, yes, it was. So at this point, what do? I start to pray. I pray. I pray about everything. You know, we probably don't know what we bring to each other, but it's so unique because the first thing, if I have to go to Goma about anything, I know that I should have prayed on it. I should have had time to talk to the Lord about it because He will be the one to direct me through it, you know. So I know that's where I need to start. Well, you know, same thing. You, the same thing, Rosetta. So it's a faith-based friendship, sisterhood. Because through it all, like you said, we value the friendship so much that we do pray for each other. We feel each other's pains. You know, we show up for each other. So, you know, what else can I say? We'll continue to pray the friendship, you know, to the next, on and on, because this is it. We wish well, you know, wish each other. So, look, I don't even know how to say without getting teary that how much I love you, ladies. You know, I love you. I love you, girls.
We love you.
Love you too, Sissy. It's and I think for me, I feel like faith has been unconsciously. I think it's been the glue. I think it's been the glue. Even when we weren't quite aware, and we were young, and we were in church because our parents kept us there. And you know, we were going to a choir rehearsal, you know, and youth group and tiring, everything we did. For all of us, it was that I actually ended up joining ST as well. So she became a more ST later on when we became friends. But I think it was faith, you know, even when you going to you, Vernon, and going to church with your family, you know, it was the same thing. It was faith.
I have Methodist.
I think faith was the glue. I think and our families also are people of faith.
Right.
So I think when they were pushing us towards each other, it was because they knew that, you know, if I went to your home or you came to my home, we weren't going to be influenced otherwise. Everything we did would be within the boundaries of our faith.
Right.
You know, so I think faith really has been the glue, and I think the older we've gotten, I just see it play out day in and day out in our lives. You know, I know other people, and I have, you know, I know people who struggle because there's this rift between, well, this thing in the culture or that thing in the culture, and you know, we see on social media, you know, that this person and the voodoo this and that. We've never had that kind of conversation. Never had that kind of conversation. That's not even in our vocabulary. Right? Vernon, I was laughing the other day about something that happened, you know, personally, and we're like, this is crazy, you know, because that's not even a part of our conversation whatsoever. We know that anything that happens to us, good or bad, we have the hallelujah praise. We turn to the Bible. That's what we do.
And that's how we encourage each other, you know, so that's important. When something happened, we're like, God got you, you know what I mean? Yes, you can, you know, so it's like that encouragement is come
No,
from
but
that
let me tell you how bad it is. When things happen and I tell Koma, I don't even pray about that. I say, I know she got it. So let me leave her to do. I know Koma will pray for me.
Yes,
Man. Why come in?
Yeah.
So I don't, sometimes I don't even, I just let it be, deal with the emotional, the calmness of it. I said, Koma has this, she will pray that, man, she loves that part of it. So let her pray for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
And I
that's
do.
beautiful,
I
to
enjoy it.
true.
And
To know
it's
that you
true.
can leave your problems with someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I think faith is really being it. I think when we were younger, we didn't quite see it, but our parents saw it. And the older we've gotten, I think we now know the importance of that. And again, I'm just grateful that our conversation is just at the end of the day, it's God.
Yes.
At the end of the day,
It is.
it's God for us.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. Fondest memories.
Hold on, nobody drinking?
Yeah, bro, king juice. What king juice?
I know. And the pound one.
And the power.
The conversation so juicy on there. Everybody forget a cup.
You know what's funny? Listen, we're talking about king juice and power with some really frisky girls. So half of us don't even drink it.
And so I was just about to say that's an interesting piece too about this, right?
Isn't
I
it?
know, right?
People don't know, like people will see and people wanna, you sure you don't drink?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we
Nope.
just naturally
No.
frisky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never had alcohol in my life. Never.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and people don't know that. We just talk all day and that's it. It's like,
The behavior is intentional.
Yeah.
It is.
Can you imagine the rhythm where the dance, you put music on where with dance.
And then you get alcohol.
Put that light on where still dancing. I said,
Yes, and the last
light
person
on.
on the
right
dance
there.
floor.
That's right. That's
Don't
right.
go home. She said, no,
Yeah,
you would dance all
you
the way
gotta
out of
take
there. So
us
can you
off the
imagine
dance
if she
floor.
had
You
alcohol?
do. It's like
That's right.
one woman I remember at my wedding, and Goma and Verlin were in my wedding.
Yeah.
One of the older couples in Rhode Island, she came up to me because I danced so much at my wedding. She said, wow, in that limo there, they were just giving you drinks all day. I'm like, you woman, now I don't even think I drink water a day before you think about alcohol.
One loves to
That's
dance.
just me.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. I used to tell people I was in college and say, and you don't want to drink. I said, listen, I don't need alcohol to act a fool. I can act a fool.
Right.
Thank
On my
you.
own.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sober.
Exactly.
So I think it's interesting that's also unique, and not that if somebody chose to drink, we have a problem with it because we're all mature, responsible people. But it just so happened that that's just another thing that we just
practice,
have, and it just carries forward. All right. So fondest memories, tell us.
I have these little child memories, kind of weird, but we had this one teacher. I don't know if we're gonna remember her. I think it was Miss Dove. In second grade, she used to let us take a nap when we had to lay on the table.
I used to hate naps.
I remember one day we were talking so much. And then she came over. She had to do our hand like this. And she beat us with the ruler. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't.
But that, oh my God, because I had little fingernails at the time and that thing hit my fingernail. And that was one of the most painful things.
Oh my gosh.
I don't. What I do remember though, Rosetta, and I remember this, in SPS, like Color Day, right? People from Liberia know Color Day. SPS used to do colors. Like the Color Day used to be certain colors.
Like
I don't know if you remember.
Red Day.
Yeah. So I remember in second grade, for some reason, I think when you win something or if it's your birthday, you can wear your own color or something. Rosetta, I remember that was a yellow day because I remember my yellow outfit. There was a little short yellow skirt I wore. I was all in yellow. But I remember you wearing, because either it was your birthday or you won some prize or something and you came in a beautiful dress while the rest of us was in yellow. For some reason, like that memory sticks to my mind and I don't know why, but just that yellow day, Rosetta wasn't in yellow, but all of us were in yellow.
True to myself. That's Rosetta.
I have no memory of that day, but I remember always when they had colored days, my mom would pick out these outfits that I just thought I just thought like these outfits wouldn't match or I didn't like them. And she would force me to wear them. And sometimes I would have a fit. And my grandma would say, let the child wear what she wants to wear. Don't ruin her day.
So maybe that was it. Maybe you just decided to wear your own thing that day.
Probably.
Possibly, yeah. Those color days used to annoy me, man.
Color days.
Come on, one of my fondest memories, and one of our friend Musu is in here. We had a talent show in 9th grade. Around the cinema. And Koma, Musu, and myself decided we were singing. We're a trio. We're singing Tony Braxton. Was it Breathe Again?
Yeah. But never.
Our dance moves and everything going. So I still remember that our talent show and we were on stage in our hearts out.
Oh my God.
Those days. No, looking back, those were some of our best days.
They were.
Yes,
They were.
My fondest memories got bad stuff in it. So you want to.
Okay.
So it will include other John Power in that fondest memories.
No, leave it.
I already know exactly what
I know exactly what the memory is.
Fondest memories. So you know what?
Leave it.
No, they're like,
If you know, you know. If you ain't JJ Roberts,
You know.
If you
When
went to
John
JJ
come under
Ross.
this, when Goma posts a video, they will come under it.
Yep.
That John will
He's coming.
come.
You know he's coming.
You will come.
But if you went to JJ Roms, you know that story.
Oh my goodness.
Oh goodness.
John. Yeah.
hey, when something just popped in my head. I remember one time in CW were taking chemistry tests or something. I don't remember what it was. But for whatever reason, I remember we're in the auditorium. I was sitting somewhere up on the podium, and I think Wayne was below on the flat surface or something, and we're taking the test. And there was something, for whatever reason, my eyes just gravitated to her paper, and there was some problem we were solving. And I tried to tell
eyes
myself,
gravitated.
I know, right? And so
For some
I tried to
reason.
tell, I'm like, when I think I was like, when I think the formula you got is wrong or different or something. I can't remember what it was. And Azila just walked in. And he was like,
that.
oh my God.
I remember that.
I don't remember that at all.
I remember that day.
Oh my God. And after that, she was like, but she was just trying to show me something. And Azila wasn't hearing that. Azila said, I'm going to kick her out of my class. And we was like, no, she was just trying to show me something.
I
You
remember
remember
that.
that?
No, I don't think it was Azila. It was the geography teacher. Because Azila never kicked me out of his class.
No,
it was me. It was me.
He kicked you out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. It could have been a different teacher. I don't know what it was.
I remember that very
But
well.
wait,
What happened?
you get a story. Her eyes gravitated
Towards my paper.
towards your paper. So,
You know what happened? It was already
I don't remember.
It was already after Azila had taken you out because he thought people were spying from you.
Right.
Yes.
So when that happened, he assumed that was spying from you. So he came in that day and he escorted her, and we all were like, no. But you stood up and you kept saying, no, that's what she was doing. He was like, she's getting outside.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to hear it.
He didn't
I'm
hear.
like, applying chemistry. That's like my favorite subject. Like,
Right,
how?
Exactly.
oh wow.
I can't.
That's exactly. I remember that very well.
Yeah. I swear, I was so confused. I was like, what the hell? Like, you got the wrong culprit here. Like, I didn't even know what I did, but I just thought, like, he said, you were looking at her paper. I said, I don't think so. I don't. Anyway.
No,
yeah, he said, I'm going to give you 0 for this
actually
test.
were in shock that day. Like, we could see the shock in your face, Rosetta.
Yes.
Most of us in the classroom saw the shock, but Azila didn't care. Azila was like, you're getting out.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Azila was no joke. That
He
time
wasn't.
was no
He
joke.
was not.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Where was that teacher from? Where was he from?
He was from Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From Ghana teaching chemistry. Richard Azila.
We used to call him Fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Fire was his nickname. Yeah.
And he knew it too, because he would walk in the hall, and as the boss would say fire, you would see him stepping even more. He had more. Yeah, more power in his steps. You know. Oh God. My fondest memory was, I don't know if you all know this, but or remember this, but when we played basketball in JJ Roberts.
Friendly, why you clearing your throat?
I've not been feeling well. Lord,
that's Goma and Friendly fondest memory of me. I think. I was on the team.
Exactly. But we played basketball. Then this day, I don't remember whether we were playing against Convent or who it was. All I know was I was feeling myself, man. They passed me the ball. I ran right to my own basket, made a basket.
You were so bad. We were bad.
The other day I told Zara, you know, Zara playing soccer. So the other day I told her, I said, don't feel bad. Mommy made a basket against us.
Made a basket against herself. I'm like, what did you do?
I think the only good girl on our team was Stalin Cooper. I try to remember, all our just running around.
Yeah.
I think at one point, I think she wore high shoes to play basketball one day.
Nah, you know Musu would do that.
No, Musu had a strut now, beautiful strut. So I think Musu wore high shoes to play basketball.
Musu was fancy.
What team is it? No, fun.
Oh, it was fun. But man, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? I against myself. And to tell you the truth, I thought I made basket for us.
You're proud, eh?
I was proud, man. Until I turned around and saw everybody's faces.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
That was fun.
What's up? But what happened? All right. Greatest challenge. Basketball. The story is deep. All right.
Basketball.
She loved basketball.
No, we didn't come here to confess. So we just came here to talk on the surface. So,
that's a different Zoom.
That's it.
You want to that's too now?
No, my soul stage. My soul okay. My soul okay. Oh, thank you.
Oh man. Wow, those are the good old days.
Those are the days, man. Those were the days. All right, greatest challenges. What are the challenges that we faced?
As friends to each other, or just friendship in general?
Just in general, I think, and even because I don't think we've had like heated our group, we haven't had like that kind of ugly, but even things that we've gone through, right? That we have been, just been there and we've overcome. Or anything that was, anything we feel comfortable sharing.
For me, my great. Oh,
go ahead, Charlie. No, you go.
I think my greatest, one of my greatest challenges, I think with my sisters, would be with my health, with a condition I've suffered from for more than 20 plus years. And it has, it's left me in a lot of pain, with a lot of surgeries over the years, and just finding a way to cope with life, to find that strength to move on with life, maintain friendships, relationships. But then again, when you look back and you have sisters you can share it with that are out there trying to find a solution for it. Like I say, if you go to them, you're ready for a solution, And so one of my biggest challenges, just dealing with it, finding a cure for it. And my sisters being there, knowing when I'm going through crisis, just to step in, always looking for some remedy, something to help me out, just trying something different. And of course, I followed through with it. So that has been one of it, because of that, I've missed out on a lot of things. I remember so well, it was Sita, my niece's 16th birthday. And I had bought my ticket to go, and then I had crisis and I couldn't. At that point, I couldn't sit. And it just broke me, because again, sometimes after a while you get tired making these excuses that I can't, and you're out there thinking like people don't believe you, you're making excuses, you don't want to be here, but it's true, I'm going through something. So, but just having sisters who understood, again, that's why I say going back to the place where it's just so forgiving. It's just love. You don't have to over explain yourself. You don't have to make up a story. Even as crazy as it sounds, you just say it, and you know that they believe you and they're still praying for you. Go back to it, like you say, faith is everything. So that has been one of it. And I just thank you ladies for always being there for me. Always, always. I don't want to cry, but it's just beautiful, beautiful to have sisters that care. So thank you.
Yeah. And thank you for sharing. And I just have to say that nobody would know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
They see you out and nobody would know. And as strong as you all may think I am, sometimes I look at you and I think, my God, if I had that level of resilience. I mean, nobody would know.
Yeah.
You enter a room, you have the biggest smile. You interact with everybody. Sometimes I'm sitting there amazed because I enter a room and I just sit in one corner, I freeze. Literally. I enter, and the minute I enter, people don't know how extremely introverted I am. I go into my shell right away, right? People see me speak publicly and they think, what she's so does not mean, right? I do that because I can get into my head and do my work. But yes, I just move away. But Fernie would enter that room and she would take over that room. And she has a big personality. She is charismatic and she is confident, and no one will know the amount of pain that you live with daily.
Yeah.
And so I honor you. I honor you.
Thank you.
Exactly.
For carrying yourself the way you do. And not just carrying yourself, but sacrificing for others as you go through your own.
Yes.
And that word, and not only that, like Verlene, like there's something, I hope you know this, and maybe there's a chance to tell you, like she lifts up your spirit.
Yes.
This woman will call to tell you about what she's going through.
Yeah.
And she, we're laughing. Like she, oh my God, I can't even, like she can't even laugh. And she's trying to make you laugh, and I'm trying to cry. It's like, oh, you can't, we're crying and laughing. Like, I'm like, oh, you're gonna call me. I'm supposed to comfort you.
Yes.
You got me here laughing. Yeah. And she's trying to comfort you. I'm feeling bad. So like just your love, you just shine and go. And I hope you understand how much I appreciate that. Like even in the midst of your pain, you're still trying to bring light to someone else's life. That's special.
Yes.
And I really value you for that.
Yes. Yes.
That's what a true sister does. Like you feel your sister's pain and ignore your own. And that's what that is.
That's her. That's her.
Because you care so much about that you project all the positive energy onto them and you forget about what's going on with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's amazing.
Yeah. No, it truly is. It truly is. And again, when I say no one will know, I mean no one will know. You know. So it's just, I mean, there aren't many of you. There aren't many of you.
It takes a special person to exhibit that type of quality.
That's right.
It does.
That's right. It really does. You know.
So by the time I get through talking, I think I was just saying you the little soup on there. I said, hey, let me get one. Look, by the time she do ching, I said, but well, you just made it so go away. What are you talking? All that thing went away.
She got me laughing.
That's all.
You can respond to monies. I said, wait, it's not Philippine. I tell me to call you, man. Oh God. Love you, ladies. Love you, my sisters.
It's very true. It's very true.
And back to challenges, I think for me, right? And I think that's one of the reasons I really value the three of you, because going back to forgiveness and not judging, I don't like small talk. So I'm not a phone person. I
Yeah.
really do not. It's hard, like, Veko, like you call, you're laughing. It's hard for me to think, oh, I have to get on the phone and talk on the phone all the time. That's just not who I am. Like, I can try for people that I know it's important to if I care about you, but that's not who I am. And I feel for some people that's a problem. It's like, oh, we don't talk all the time. You don't call me back. And one thing I would say about Rosetta forced me to recognize that I needed to even be a better friend. Like, she will call. There's not a birthday Rosetta will forget, and none of you two, we don't forget each other's birthday, but Rosetta will always the one calling, and will never one day saying, well, I'm always the one calling, you can call me, and so it's a challenge to just manage everything we're going on in our life and then trying to maintain friendship. And so that's why I value these three friendships, because I don't have to, like Verlene said, work at it. I know you automatically forgive. I know you automatically understand. And when we do connect, it's like, I'm grateful that we're connecting now, and I hold on to that until we can connect the next time. So I really appreciate that.
That's right. Yeah.
You should answer my call. I was calling you to ask you for one of the quotes. When Goma said it, I wanted to spy now. I said, but what they quote they can say we should quote. Let me call again. You show how you mean with helping people in the spying game. I was calling you to ask you to help me to spy. The friendship quiz.
She wouldn't let you spy.
She didn't answer. She seemed very happy. She don't answer.
So you get spy now. You get spy now.
Come on, I gotta tell her to quote something. I said, but come on.
Come on now.
Let's intellect.
My toughest time when I went through the whole pre-eclampsia saga with Ajay, and it was, I've never said this to Winner and Goma. You guys came to New York at different times with your families to visit. What you didn't know was you gave me hope. Because in all honesty, I hadn't experienced such a trauma before. When I had gone through something similar. So she kind of understood what it was, but it was just the presence, just having to see you guys and your families. It gave me hope. And then last year when I went through another trauma with my brain injury, it was out of the blue that I called you, Goma, and you were going through your own trauma. And we had a long conversation going back and forth, trying to like perk each other up.
Yep.
Kind of. Yeah. So those are moments that I cherish when I get to. For me, you don't have to talk, you don't have to say anything. Just knowing that you're there, like you're in my corner, it just means everything. Because there's some sort of safe feeling that comes, and it just overwhelms you. Like, you feel safe when you're just talking to somebody and you know that person is in your corner.
Yeah.
And that's what I get from you guys. It's, I don't know how to put it into words, but the feeling is, it's a good one. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
It's love. That's why I call it knowledge. You just know it.
Yes.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
You know the person loves you.
Yes.
Yeah, because both times, even that time with us coming, we were just up that area, and I said, I know, because she was in Liberia for a while. And I said, I know Rosetta is back, so let me call her. And when I called, she told me, I told Augustine, I said, we got to make it to church, to see Rosetta.
Yeah.
We were able to go. I'm so glad we did.
Yeah, that meant so much. And when you guys came, I was at the hospital. I came all the way to the hospital.
In the hospital, in the NICU, with the baby in the NICU. Yeah, I remember. Oh, well, thank God for his life.
I
I
know.
know.
Hmm? And your life.
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah,
course.
both lives. Thank God. Yeah.
But those visits meant so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. They give me a lot of hope.
Yeah.
Like just seeing Nadia.
I know, right? No one can.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, I tend to be positive most of the time, but when I'm going through things like that, I always prepare myself for the worst case scenario. Because I tell myself I don't want to be disappointed. So my preparation was, I know my son is not going to make it. Let me just prepare myself for his transition. That was my mindset. So when Wena and her family showed up and I saw Nadia, and I was convinced now that there is a possibility that my son can
Yes.
survive.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Like it was just having to lay my eyes on Nadia. It was
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't know, and I did it. And for me, it was, to see you, to be there, to like make sure you're okay. But it was also for my family to sort of connect my past to my present. So for
Yeah.
me too, that meant something for them to see how far I come, and for my daughters to see that, their real friendship. And here is someone who, at your age, I was friend with, and here she is with a family. So that was special to me too. And I'm glad, thanks for sharing like what that meant for you as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. And I think the whole thing's in a lot.
Yes. Precious. Yeah. Well, I think so for me, mine coming two folds, of course, right? So it was, I think, losing my brother abruptly and my mom, because both times it happened, George would say it caught him unawares, but it caught me on, it really caught me unawares, 1 week, in the span of 1 week, and with both, it wasn't even a week because I didn't know he wasn't feeling well. He had written me, I had received a letter, I think that Friday, telling me all his dreams and everything. He couldn't wait to join me for college. He was about to graduate high school. And then that Sunday, I get a call that he had died. So talk about trauma. I mean, my head was spinning. But what many people don't know is I think my spirit felt something, because 3 days up, actually maybe about 5 days, I would say, up until that call, I went to this dark place and I couldn't explain it. I had never been in that kind of dark space before. And I said to my friend at the time on campus, I said, I feel like I want to punch my fist into the wall, but I don't know why. And I had never had this kind of experience in my life. And it's like, I said, I don't understand what's happening to me. I feel like I just want to punch my fist. And she said, your fist into the wall? That's not you. I said, I don't know what's going on. And that Sunday, I got that call.
Wow.
Yeah. And so then fast forward to being pregnant with Zara and getting the call with Mama, just like that, the same thing, waking up in the morning thinking, I thought I had talked to her Christmas Day, and I said, I was expecting, I said, Mama, let the kids finish unwrapping their presents. I'll call you back because I wanted to rest. And she said, okay, because she was asking me all these questions, and I said, I'll call you by the kids get finished unwrapping. And she said, okay. I went to sleep and the phone rang, and I said, oh my gosh, I forgot to call her back because the phone call came from her number. I said, man, I forgot to call Mama back, just to hear my brother screaming. And, and I said, what's wrong? And then he told me, and I sat up in the bed and I thought, oh my gosh. So, but both times, talking about sisters showing up. And I mean, in no time, it was when Mama, Wayne and Vernon were on the plane, they were in Miami. They took over my house. They did what they would do, and they were just present. And those were extremely, I mean, if you haven't lost, it's one thing losing someone that close, but then losing them without the luxury of saying goodbye.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yes. So it's one thing if they're sick and you're building up, but so I tell my clients all the time, I know what it is to not have that luxury. I've never had it.
Yeah.
So I mean, the shock to the body was just immense. And the both of you were just there and present and always there. I mean, Vernie and I have cried. And sometimes I call her and I just scream.
Yeah.
You know, and many people ask me, you know, you're so strong, especially at work. You're so strong, and who do you turn to? I say, I have my core group. You know, and I know that I can call them and cry if I need to cry. And I know that I can talk if I need to talk, you know, and I can be myself with them. And this is it, you know, and so it's just, that's meant so much to me, to know that, talk about safe place, where you have to know that I have safety with you all. You know, when people don't know what I'm dealing with because they see me, they think, oh, she has it together, she's caring for everybody else, because that's what I do for a living, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love caring for others. God has blessed me with the empathy to do that. Part of it was taking me through my own pain, so I know what pain feels like. You know, and I can really hold space for others when they come with their pain. But you are holding that space for me. It's meant so much to me, right? Because the pain lingers. Grief is a thing that is a roller coaster. It never ends.
Yes.
But knowing that I have you all is just been a source of comfort for me. So I'm just so grateful.
Same here. Well, we can come back and have a whole new show on grief.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yes,
That's
yes.
right. It's
And
true.
I think for us to like going through it is being there for our sisters, but it's also, and Rosetta said this, we're family, right? So like how my mom was
Oh,
my
yeah.
mom,
That's
you
right.
know, like, you know, Verlin mom was my mom. Like those
Right.
were people, like they're family to us. So it's like your heart is broken for your sister, but your heart is also broken for yourself, because those are people you
Yes.
know personally, you
Yes.
know how much they love you,
Yes.
how much they care about you. And so that's another thing, that grief is hard, but it also brings you together because you share that bond, you know, with the parents and and your family member, because they're part of you, they're part of the people you care about as well.
Oh yeah.
Very
Oh
true.
yeah.
Very true.
We don't even want to go there with me talking
No.
about losing
No.
mama. So that's just
I know. I know. Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Similar bass.
No. Well, balancing friendship and life. How do we do that?
We just roll with it.
We just
That's it. You roll with it.
we
Seriously.
do.
Exactly.
We do. We do.
Yeah.
We do. We roll, and really, that's it. We roll with it. You know, we don't. We don't carry grudges over. We don't. No matter how we feel in the moment. You know, no matter what's happening. For many of you here, I like being vulnerable. I don't have an issue with this. So I'll just share a very vulnerable moment here. Even when not tells you all how close we've been, right? And when I got married, well, you know, I never even told Wayne I was getting married. She didn't know I was getting married because, you know, I was already expecting, and obviously I knew we were going to be together, but many people don't know this, but I was already expecting, and we were going to just go ahead and get married because we wanted the child to come in wedlock. And I didn't have time to, you know, do all these things. And in my quest to just move on, never contacted her, never thought about it. Didn't even cross my mind. I actually forgot that I hadn't invited her. I mean, to tell you, I've just been vulnerable and honest. Never even thought about it, you know? And the only person I reached out to, because of course she and I have been communicating more and were closer in school and everything, was Vernon. And Vernon was there. And people would think, well, you know, would be harboring that. But that's enough to say, for the kind of friendship that we have, for you to leave me out of your wedding, you know, she had every right to not speak to me for the rest of her life. Never even mentioned it.
Right.
Never even mentioned
Yeah, but you had you in her wedding.
I brought it up. Correct. Had me in her wedding. Correct. Never even mentioned it. I had to bring it up to her for us to talk about it. She was in Florida, again, in Florida with her family. Babuji, I'm here in Orlando. I said, you got to come see me. She said, of course. Put me into her trip, drove to Miami, 4 hours, came to see me. And I brought it up and I was like, I'm so sorry, you know, but this is what happened. And, you know, we knew we were going to be together and we decided to just go ahead and have the wedding. And so we just did it. I didn't even think. You know, part of it too was probably unconscious thinking she's in school, how's she going to come up all the way here?
Of course.
But I didn't give it much thought. I didn't give it much
No,
thought.
that's true.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I didn't give it much thought. It just happened. And Never. We have moved on. We have remained sisters. It's just been like that.
Yeah.
So
and when you're renewing that vow, you must just give it to her, because
you better believe it.
It was just spoil the whole
It will
process.
spoil the whole thing. And you will have all right to spoil it. So trust me, you will be there 100%. But it's true. It's true.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and it's a real moment. And the reason I'm sharing this is because, you know, I want you all to know that this friendship is not like it's perfect.
Yeah.
And sometimes people see me and I want to be very clear, because people see me and they think, oh, she just had her life all together because she was raised this way and she's still. No, I'm human.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've made many mistakes. And, you know, but these friends, these sisters, through it all, we have remained tight.
Yes.
Nothing comes between us. Nothing breaks us, no matter who tries. People have tried.
Yes.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh yeah, people have tried.
Yep, with the gossip and all of that.
The gossip, and
Yeah.
and that brings me into our next thing I wanted to talk about, because I wanted to use this time to talk about the moment that I knew for each of you that we were sisters, that we had crossed the friendship line. It wasn't friend for me anymore. You know, I knew we were sisters. And I'm going to start with you, Wayna. Wayna left, as we said, she came over to the States. And then we had a mutual friend. And this mutual friend, out of her own insecurities, wrote Wayna pages about me.
Right.
Say ugly things about me. But Wayna knew me, or she knows me, I should say. She didn't write me to say somebody said. She didn't say, oh, I heard. She said, Babuji, blank and blank wrote me, and blank told me this and this and this and this. And she said, but I know you. And I hope that you haven't changed behind me. Oh,
yeah.
But she said, I hope you haven't changed. She said, because I know you and I know how we're raised. She said, and I hope you haven't lost your values behind me. And I wrote her back. And I explained to her exactly what this person was doing, why they were doing what they were doing. And from that day, I knew, and I tell my kids this all the time. I said, if someone comes to me and say, "Wait, not say," I'm going to tell them, you lie. And I don't curse. That's the day I'm going to curse somebody out.
Yeah.
Because it will warrant an insult.
Yes.
For me. Because I know who she is and I know exactly how she feels about me.
Yeah.
From that day, she was never my friend. You know, she's my Babuji, she's my sister. As far as I'm concerned, I can almost say she's my blood, she's a part of me. Because I knew that no matter what, she was always going to protect me.
Yes. So
I thought it was important to share that. And we were still in high school. We were high schoolers. We weren't adults. You know, we were still figuring ourselves out.
Yeah.
I knew. And for Rosetta, I'm not going to go into the details of this story, but something happened between the two of us. And Rosetta, many people would have said, at this moment, I don't care. I will lose this friendship over this. I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care. You know, sometimes people get embarrassed and they act out, or, you know, they will do certain things. She didn't do that. She called me and she said, this is what happened. But before you hear it, I want to be the one to tell you first.
I remember.
Remember? And I told her, I said, you don't have to worry. From today to the future, you have nothing to worry about. I have nothing against you. I am in your corner. In fact, I will give you some advice as to how to handle the situation.
Yeah. Yes, I remember.
And I did. And she went on with her life, and I went on with my life, and we have remained sisters.
Yes.
So when I say mature relationships, it's part of what I'm talking about.
No, and that's deep, you know, especially for that, because those are things that can break
Oh, yeah.
friendships up.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It can ruin friendships and it can ruin generations.
Yeah.
It can ruin
Yes.
generations, you know?
Yeah.
No. She called me and she said,
Beautiful.
I have to tell you, I don't want you to hear it from anybody. And I didn't need anything else. Nothing else I needed.
That's it.
Yeah. And we have remained that way. Mhm. And for you, Verly, you know, everybody knows my mother was everything to me.
Mm.
Everything. And there was a period my mom was going through a very difficult time. And she was here in the States visiting, and she had to come to Georgia for some event. Now, I wasn't there. And there were people there who were doing stuff to her. And she needed protection, and I wasn't there to protect her. And there were people there who not could have, who should have protected her. Not could have. They should have, and they didn't. And Verly, Verly became my mother's daughter. And she protected my mom. And she maintained my mother's dignity.
Hmm.
And I always tell her this, I say, I will always be indebted to you because you don't find that. You know, some people will come back to tell you what happened after the fact, right?
Yeah.
Or so and so
Yes.
happy, and you know so and so. No. I you know. But she protected my mother to the very end. And Cece, Vernon, and my mom would talk 6 a.m. in the morning, every morning. Because you know me. My mom used to say, if I come to the house for you, I would just sit down one place because you're too serious for me. You're too much of your father. You're too much of your father. I can't deal with the seriousness.
Yeah.
She knew Vernon would make her laugh. Vernon would cheer her up. Vernon would 6 a.m. Vernon would be on our car while going to work, and she would call Mama. And they would talk until she to work every morning.
Every morning.
And so I don't need to say anything else, but
I think we said it at our memorial. Mama had a way of putting temple of heaven. We all know that sin. I said, Mama, every night she would come rub me down. I said, Mama, a young girl looking for a boyfriend, you can't be putting this sin on me. My friend, yeah. She would come and rub me down in temple of heaven. I said, Mama, so what boyfriend will find with the temple of heaven sin on me? And would send me boxes and bags of it too. I tell you, that thing good for peeing. I said, my sheet smelling and temple I heavy. My uncle, my nightgown. Mama, where am I going with this? Can you just wrap that thing where your little not grease? It will take all your pain away.
Come on, don't mind that, Vernon.
Man.
I'm rubbing her. That girl is hurting. That girl is hurting. And I'm rubbing her, I'm talking about boyfriend, but she finding that boyfriend because I am praying. That boyfriend coming. But that temple heaven or not,
Mama, you're not coming with temple heavy sin. You gotta move that temple heavy. That thing I stick on that shit, Mama. Yeah. Mama, what? I'm looking for boyfriend and you can't rub me with a sin. Oh God.
Oh man.
Why wouldn't you show up?
Yeah. But but this is it. And I mean, I cry because it's my mother. I love her. But the truth is, she's left me in good hands.
Yeah.
She's left me in good hands. And I always say that. Not only that the life she lived will always speak for her, that I'm so proud of, that my mother was a good human being. And I'm so proud of that. But also, she's left me in good hands. So I wake up knowing that I'm okay.
Yeah.
You are.
So.
You are.
All right, friendship goals. What are some of the goals that you have for this friendship?
It's funny you say that. I guess because of how pure and beautiful the friendship is, I don't want to say, I would hate to say I have no goals because I know that through every step of the way, you all will be there, so you pray for good health, you pray for long life, and know that everything we go through, we will be there for each other. So, because I don't want to, because it's worked so far out of the pure goodness of our hearts. So, am I saying I don't want to hurt anybody? I cannot promise that, because I rest assured knowing that I have sisters that are forgiving.
Yeah.
I have sisters that are honest, very transparent. So at this point, I'll tell you the truth, it's just long life. Because with life, you ladies will always be around.
Yeah.
I don't question it. You know, that's it for me.
I think for me, just having a moment is so beautiful.
Yes.
Right now, right? We don't do this a lot because we're all in different states now. At least Goma and Verlin are in the same state. But it's not a goal, maybe a wish, a desire to have these moments even more often, because it's food for my soul. Like, I feel so good, just going down memory lane, just reflecting upon how far we've come. It's just been good. Like, I'm gonna leave here just feeling at peace and having this. So not a goal, but I wish we will, with all the busyness, find time to find each other, because I think that will even add more value if we can add more of that, because this was beautiful.
Yeah.
So thank you, Koma, for making it happen.
Of course.
For the world to see too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I think the goal is Goma, I had this conversation. I don't know if you remember, because we both have short-term memory issues. Last year we had this conversation about trying to see each other more often than instead of waiting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years to go by before we see each other. So I think it's given a second chance that we now have, at least I now have a second chance, been dead and back. I now want to make a conscious effort to be able to see people in person.
Yeah.
At least every other year, if possible.
Yeah.
That would be my goal, to make a conscious effort.
I agree.
To see each other. Like, whether be it plan a group, thing where we all meet at one place or meet people individually, but at least to make the effort to see each other more often, not just at funerals, weddings, or big events.
Right.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Yeah, I think that's part of my goal. I've been clearing my plate this year. I started off and excuse me. And I just had too much going on. Too much. And I've said to myself over the past 2 months, no, I need to clear my plate for the things that matter, because and you all matter to me a lot. And so part of it is just been clearing that plate and finding the time for us to meet. And I've actually thought about it, and I said, even if it's that we meet halfway, where the two of you are further up north, Freddie are here, even if we meet halfway, but that we do that, and just connect. I think that's the goal for me more than anything else, is that. Because even though I'm here, you would think Freddie are like this. Sometimes I even feel awful. Because since I came, in all honesty, she's made the effort. But I've just been so occupied. If it's not the podcast, it's this, it's that, it's that.
Yeah.
It's just been like everything going on that I haven't even made the time, right? You would think that, the kids were like, it's in the Verlin coming? When the Verlin coming? They keep asking me. I'm like, my fault, but that's just what it's been. So I need to make time for the people. I love all of you out there in the village. I love all of you, but these people here matter to me a lot. So I need to make time for that. Yeah.
Leave her alone for us.
That's really been it. All right. So we're gonna do this quick because I know you all have stuff to do too. We're gonna do this quick game. I didn't do it for all of us only because Verlin and Rosetta haven't quite met up until this. So I didn't want to be unfair to Verlin. So I figured I would just have them take the guess on me, or or we can take it just on one of you. I'm fine with it. But just to play a fun game, and you know what? We can still do this. I think we can guess who's
Do it. I'm
Yeah, let's
telling
just
you,
do
I
it.
know
Yeah,
the
we can
answer.
guess.
Yes.
Really
right.
good.
The answer.
You'll
Yeah.
probably win.
So, exactly. So let's do facts or fiction. Okay.
Oh.
We're gonna do.
That one. You can know when you like gossip.
My brain's not working
Like
right.
gossip. So she come in here, so you know only people like
Let me
gossip.
dream out what's up.
That's the lawyer now. The lawyer's ears like, tell me more. Tell me
I
more.
said,
Exactly. But I got bad memory, so I probably would guess wrong anyway. But
I know. Can
That's
Oh,
all about, yeah. Okay, so facts or fiction. So let's do, what is it? Let's do three or four. Three or
Okay.
Go
four.
ahead. However many. Throw it out there.
well, 4. Since we 4, let's do 4.
Yes, fair number. Let's do 4 each. So tell us 2 things that are facts, 2 fiction, and then we have to guess whether it's fact or fiction for all of them.
Oh, that what you mean? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Let me think. I didn't know this was where the game was going. Okay.
You have to
She
bring
got
her
it
own
for all
story.
about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, now she got to bring her own story. Okay. Okay. What trouble is this though? Okay, just to cheer all of us up, the 4 of us like I said, fact or fiction.
Mhm.
So everybody laughing.
Not counting the 4.
Okay, so let's start.
Facts or fiction facts.
Okay, I'll do one quick one.
Okay.
I gotta do all 4 together, or I can
No,
do
no,
one
no.
thing again?
Yeah, you can think.
Okay. I like to read fact or fiction.
Facts.
Well, that one, a question again, wait. That one is very, I think it's very, what kind of trouble? You couldn't even make the thing difficult. So
You're not only like to, you're not only like to read, you're a prolific reader.
But I want to know whether y'all know. Do you know?
No, but you sat there for 5 minutes thinking that all you could come up with something that the whole world knows. Seriously, I like to read. I think the internet can answer.
What
You know, like
else?
the guy on TikTok.
That's a warm up. It's a warm up.
Okay, it was a warm up. I knew it was a test. Yeah. Oh, I like to read. What's that?
Oh gosh.
That's a tough one though.
Yeah.
It is tough.
Tough.
Even I can think straight. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go ahead.
Yeah, no, cool, because you probably thought about this more.
I thought about one already, so let me say it. So
okay.
I once walked in a forest. I went hiking and touched a tree. Freddie said, I went hiking, I touched a tree, and the entire tree was blanketed in caterpillars.
Oof.
The entire tree.
Even if the fact, why you did that? Why you touched the tree with caterpillars on it? Why you gonna touch the tree?
Fact or fiction?
Okay, that particular one we can break it down. Fact, you probably went in the forest because you like trees and stuff.
Yeah, hiking and those kind of things.
Yeah. I know.
And it's so detailed.
I'm telling you. I went in the forest. She ain't going no forest. I said that one not even fiction, a lie. It's a lie.
I would say that's true. I'm just winging it here.
Yeah.
Because you never know what you can find when you go hiking.
Yeah, and Koma said she like, the backyard and, like she like nature these days. So maybe that's true.
I'm almost scared. What she going to in forest? What forest? Ask her to name the forest. Okay, we can ask question. What was the name of the forest?
Right.
Can't tell.
So you see that? Should I not tell you I say it's a fiction? No, she didn't go in no forest.
It's actually facts.
Oh.
We're living in Bong Mines during the war, so we went to Bong Mines and right up the hill.
But a different story now. I'm thinking that America, yeah, with Liberia, yeah.
I said I once went hiking. Yeah, we climbed up the hill. I didn't know the tree had caterpillars. I thought it was just the bark of the tree. So we basically walking, so on an adventure. I touched the tree, and I had never seen that in my life. The entire tree was blanketed in caterpillars. And I only knew because the thing started to do so on the tree. I was like, "What's that?" And then when we looked, it was all caterpillars that had just covered the tree. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's scary.
yeah, it is scary. It was creepy, also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see where she confused us. We used to work hiking. You don't hike in
Yeah.
Liberia. Because everywhere we
Just
went in Liberia,
walk.
we walked. That's where she confused us. Hiking. Okay. So let me think of one.
I think we'll reduce the number now. Come on,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awful.
Let's do one
Let's
or two is fine. Yeah.
So I went to a resort, or should I say maybe to a waterfall. I had a really nice time. Got sick and had to be airlifted because of the illness. Laughed. No, Makutash caterpillar. Why can you tell my story too?
Why you can't be airlifted? It's an infection.
And then why
Okay,
airlifting?
continue.
I was so ill. They took me off the plane.
They put you where?
They put me down. So I couldn't continue.
That's a fiction right there.
Where they put you at? Sissy?
I said they put me down the ground.
Where?
When they tried to airlift me, and they said I was too sick, so they had to put me down
Oh my
to
God, thank you.
go back to the hospital on land. Okay, don't want to explain her caterpillar
But we
story.
can't
Nobody.
walk.
No, you told me so you couldn't answer. You couldn't get no clues. I went
Oh,
to
I
the
love you.
waterfall. From there, I got sick.
Wow.
Under the illness, so they
Really
tried
make
to
me
airlift
laugh.
me. Got on their plane, and they actually had to put me back down. They
Put her
couldn't carry
down.
me. My pala caterpillar story. Oh, fiction.
Father story. Fiction.
Fact or fiction?
Fact or fiction?
I like to build prefabricated furniture as a stress reliever.
Oh, y'all finna guess it early?
No, guess mine. Guess mine.
That's a fiction.
Everybody say fiction.
I said facts, so.
You say facts of really?
Mm-hmm.
They put her down from the plane.
You see that one over there? And then the lawyer, she didn't gather more information. She just said
I
a
said
lot.
facts, so.
You see that lawyer? She didn't gather information. She said a lot.
If you say facts, then maybe because come on, you know the story.
No, I
Because
know.
it
I
was
know
Okay.
to go. I know,
Okay.
but you know, but the first part of the story sounded fact. The other part, I just she put her in pieces, but that first part, but then they
So the
put her-
whole story gotta
So
be
the
facts.
story is
I think
true.
it's facts.
It
The
is.
story is true.
Wow.
I had gone to Patawi waterfall in Liberia, and I got sick
Oh.
with typhoid. Typhoid had just come to Liberia at that time. I was in the hospital for maybe over a month, and they couldn't find a cure for me. So they were trying to get me over to, I want to say either Germany or some other country.
Wow.
But because I was on, trips and all that, when I got on board, they had to take me down.
Oh
So it's true.
wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Did not know
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was so ill. I stayed in the hospital.
They think I some truth in there.
that.
Yeah,
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 because also Tito.
yeah.
Now
I was in the hospital.
Yeah, the way she just said they put her down. I'm
They
like,
put me
why
down.
they put
No, but true. I said that they put me down. I said, you see me going in the wheelchair, they put us on the plane. When I know they put me down, I said, people will not let me leave that bureau. I will just stay in the country. Jesus, man. So
Wow.
I ended up getting well at JFK.
Wow.
Yep. Okay,
Wow.
Rosetta, what do you say about that furniture? You say you made a furniture? What do you say you did?
I like to build prefabricated furniture as a stress reliever.
Why Why you put
Pick up.
prefabricated?
Thank you.
Stuff?
Yes,
You know,
now
you can buy where the pieces already, you know, they give you all the screws and all the different parts, but it kind of like the IKEA furniture, you know, that kind of stuff.
Facts.
Yeah, you look like you let it kind of
Facts.
thing. Facts.
I'm gonna say facts. And you lie would be you.
fiction.
I'm gonna say facts.
A definite fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fact.
Well, that's
Mhm.
I
like
can
Billy
see you.
today.
I'm the for
Uh,
everybody.
That's good. All right. All right, that was good. All right. So, friendship quotes. What are your quotes?
Fairly inspired quote.
No, I want to Google now. No, I want to Google. Rena, text me something now. Text.
Okay, I got you.
So this is my unoriginal quote, okay?
Okay.
Are never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart.
Mm.
Oh, she's such a romantic. Okay. Oh, oh.
You know that?
You are, Rosetta. I tell you too.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Mhm.
It is.
So I think mine is it sort of capture our friendship and all the other relationship we have with people. So
Mm.
there's this quote about people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I love that because it's so true. I've, been with friends, different kind of friends, throughout my life, but there's some friends that are for a lifetime, and I'm looking at 3 of them right now. So for me, that quote like just sanctify like our friendship.
Nice. Yeah.
Really nice. So now I have to sound intelligent and come up with a quote. Let's say this. Growing up, I had a nurse. Ma Nancy took care of me. She was my mom. You know how it is in Liberia. Your nurses are there for you 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And she always said, where there's a will, there's a way. That's always Ma Nancy saying. And I remember Ma Nancy ended up coming to the States before me. So Ma Nancy took care of me till I was a teenager, maybe 15, 16. And Ma Nancy moved on to another family, and they ended up bringing her to the States. But that stuck with me. Wherever there's a will, there's a way. So that's it. That strong willpower to have things done, even with us, to maintain a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And you find out that it's still happening because you have to make an effort.
Yeah.
So you see, I end up being a smart one.
Yeah.
I love her, man.
That story, all
But
mine
I-
is this story.
Mine is a story, but no, it's true.
All wrapped
At
up
that
in the quote. But
Yeah, can you imagine my nurse would have left me, my nurse with that. Always, baby. I'm telling you, where there's a will, there's a way. God will make a way here. And she will always say that to me. Always. Always. So she imparted that in me. And then just seeing it happen for her. And I say that all the time. Where there's a will, there's a way. You make a way.
Right.
And now we're older and have, that center we go to, we know that with God, all things are possible. That's just true.
Mine is one doesn't make friends, one recognizes them.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you see how Veko recognized the friendship? Yeah.
And she got right in it.
No, it's true, I did. Rosetta, seriously, I did.
She recognized it and she was intentional
She was
about it.
intentional about it too.
I'm telling you.
She was like,
they
"You're
were
not leaving me
walking, I
out."
would join them.
Yes.
I'm serious.
You're
They would be
not
walking,
leaving
I
me
would
out.
join them. They would go in the cafeteria, I would join them. Who they let choppy? I said I would be there. I was there. Seriously.
Yeah.
You can't pinpoint where. We never said hi. My name is no. I never introduced myself.
That's right.
I sat in class when they were leaving class. I followed them to the next class, and we became sisters. We in a house were right next door. I showed up.
Good.
We not bring your food. You let eat. I need to say, yeah, are your friend? Yeah. I
Well,
choose my friends.
you're our sister now. You're not our friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
man.
not our friend. All right, we're wrapping up. Gratitude.
Mm. Ooh.
People don't get to have the kind of friends that I have in you guys. And I'm blessed. And I know that I'm blessed to have you guys. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
I've gone through so much. You know, I mean, we all have. But with everything I've gone through, you ladies have been there. And will continue to be there. So I know that, you know, that is one of the things you're so grateful for. Because a lot of people go through things and they have no one to talk to. You know, no one to cry on. But you girls, you ladies are there and you get me. So even in jokes, you sometimes get me and understand that, yes, I'm going through things. So I'm so grateful. So grateful for the fact that the friendship goes beyond just us and family. So there's so much to be accountable for. You know, how do I stop dealing with Grandma when I have all her aunts, uncles, they forget her kids and husband that I have to answer to. The same thing here. And they're so grateful. Grateful for our sisterhood, our friendship, but also for your families.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing.
And I think it's the same for me, you know, like your blood family, they're your family for a lifetime, right? You don't choose them. And then if you do, you know, have a life partner or get married, you make a vow to love that person for life. But I think people take for granted that some friendships are, you don't say a vow, but in your heart, you know, it's for life. And so for me, I'm grateful. Like I never said a vow, like you're going to be my friend for till death do us part. But it
Yeah.
feels again like the love for my friends and my chosen family, I feel as strongly. Like it's different love, you know, and this love is that strong that I know this is through, you know, through death. You know, this is we're gonna be old with our gray hairs, reminiscent about the past, and so I'm grateful for that because that's special to have that. It's like you don't just have that with your family or your husband, you also have that with sisters. And so I'm really grateful that I'm a blessed person to have that in my life.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
And I mean, I think I've kind of said it over the span of this video, but I am, for my personality, people have to understand this. For the kind of person that I am, you know, it takes people who can look beyond the surface.
Yes.
It takes people who, you know, will say, like when you say, I'm not going to listen to the noise. I'm going to find out who she is. And so I know me, right? I know I love people. I know me. But again, someone once said to me, Goma, people don't have an x-ray machine walking around to scan your heart. All they see is your face. And it's true, right? So when you see me serious, and especially for a female and far removed, the tendency is to say, leave her alone. Don't be bothered with her. She's not friendly, you know. But the three of you didn't let that get in the way, right? You came close, and because of that, we're here today, almost 30 some years now. And that's, to me, is worth more than anything else in the world. So to say I'm grateful is almost to me an understatement.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my heart is full, is always full when I talk about the three of you. You know, I speak about you all in love and appreciation and admiration. So thank you again for even making the time. I know you're busy. So for making the time to show up tonight in your PJs, we're all in PJs, y'all. In your PJs with your drinks and everything. I just want to say I love you all from the depth of my heart.
We love you more.
I got you.
And I just really appreciate you all, and I praise God for this bond. I praise God for this bond. Cheers.
Here's my cup.
Where your cup, Rosetta? Get your cup.
Rosetta, I told you ever since.
Hey,
Ever
I
since.
skinned you.
I told you ever since. The woman was tilted and listed the things we should have brought to this thing.
She go
Oh,
running.
Rosetta.
My excuse.
So now we have to wait for you to go in the kitchen.
If my brain is halfway functioning. Got my story and I'm sticking with it.
You were.
Fact or fiction? Fiction.
She got a point. Fact or fiction?
Yeah, fact or fiction again. Fiction.
Facts or fiction?
Facts.
Fact.
Facts.
Wait.
Facts.
Come.
Facts.
Where you pull?
That's not apple juice or cane juice.
What brown liquor is that?
Hey, damn. Hey, yeah.
Organic
too.
apple. Look,
Organic
man.
apple.
Y'all too boring, man.
It's boring.
Let me hide
Yeah.
it. Because they're sponsoring this thing, so we're not getting
Oh, yeah.
one.
Pretend to be drinking seltzer water. That's not seltzer water. Why not drink?
Then there, Rosie, get it.
No, that my little flavor water. Oh. Now, well, you see where Lola, when she take off her neck and she go into the club, you see the makeup and stuff. And we need to worry about. Lola, when she take off the PJ, she go into the club because she knows she don't sleep with eyeshadow.
And lipstick.
And let's
But
say,
the good thing about it, we'll see the dance video on. So that way, we'll see that video on.
oh my gosh. Yes.
Love you, ladies.
Yes, love you.
Yes. Love you guys.
To
The
everlasting
years of
friendship,
sisterhood
the sisterhood.
Yes.
Yes.
transcends all
and
and no
happiness.
boundaries, everything.
Yes.
Mhm.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Everything.
beautiful.
All good things.
All good
healthy
Always.
Mm,
Always.
mm. All right.
The apple, we got the apple juice. Nothing else in there.
All right. Shall we close with prayer?
Yes.
All right. What you moving your head at already? We're praying. We've been drinking the bottle already.
But let me ask you, when you pray, then you not sin again tonight. You just
No, we'll still sin.
She said you
Okay.
don't see tonight.
Yeah. So we get
I want to change my clothes and go walk up.
finish praying. So we got finish praying, and you walk on that door, you go sin. We all go sin. Then that's why we have God.
Yes.
Anyway, let's pray. Father, we just thank you. Thank you for friendship. Thank you for sisterhood. Thank you for parents who knew better and who kept us together. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for your unconditional love towards us. Thank you for guiding and keeping the four of us safe through war, through everything, and having us here, healthy, functional. We're claiming all of those good things for ourselves. We're so grateful to you. Thank you for our extended families and just all of the things that you do, those things that we're grateful for, and sometimes we neglect to say thank you for. We love you. We appreciate you. Have mercy on us. In your name we pray.
Yes.
Amen. Amen. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
of course. Of course.
Yes.
Stop
was good.
recording and let's continue.
That means